listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to Goof On tonight, Saturday, almost in the UK. Sorry to say, a little bit later than normal. It is August 6, 2022. How the hell are you? Bong! Dun 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 dun. Welcome. This hat is really bizarre. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. We are going to do the Corbell review on Joe Rogan. I wish they would turn that off. I don't want it to say things in an echo. Go. Not a bad week. How's your weekend going though? Everybody doing okay? Everybody picking your berries? Huh? You got the bottom of the tree? Gotta have balls in this league, kid. We can't have these people coming in here saying what they say. Actually, the interview with Joe Rogan, it wasn't bad. No, it was really good. It's a good interview. Well, it was only good because it's UFOs, man. But still, I thought it was going to be worse than I thought. Actually, there wasn't much to go over when, really the only first 45 minutes, there was a lot of looking for lies with Corbell because all the other stuff, he admitted he didn't know and you could tell he didn't know. or he did know. I mean, there's some things, that are obvious deception answers, like he knows something. Oh yeah, what did Fravor say this? And then he goes, well, I'll tell you that off, not here, but let me tell you something. I'm like, oh geez, deflection. He deflects a lot. He deflects when he doesn't have the answer quick enough to satisfy me or you. That's what it felt like. It felt like every time he would speak, it was him looking for the right thing to say instead of just saying what he should say. You know what I mean? He tries very hard to say things. I'm not going to say politically correct because that's not even what I mean. But, well, we'll go over it. No reason to talk about it now when we've got roll call, everybody. FAP, welcome to the show. The Urban Way, welcome to the show. Gigi Abby Lynn, she made it today. Welcome to the show, okay. Samo Goofonian Rockstar. Welcome to the show. And Gigi 2. And Den Bub 3. Welcome to the show. Rebecca Wiles. Lavender Rose. Welcome to the show. John Hintz. Welcome to the show. Did I say this? If I didn't, I'll say it again. The Urban Way. Welcome to the show. Mark Torana. Welcome to the show. Valiant Stallion. Hey, yo. Hey, that's my buddy. How you doing, eh? No, it's not. No relation to you, Sly. Oh, it's me. It's a Stallion. I'm the Italian Stallion. Shut off. Welcome to the show. You shut off. Helmut Kaz. Welcome to the show. Samantha Morris the cat. Ow. Oh. Oh. I'll say something that Samantha Morris the cat will understand and nobody else will. Oh. 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 You ever see cats do that? When they're behind the screen door or at a window and they see a bird or a lizard, they're like, gotta get it. And they start stuttering. Like, it's the cutest thing you've ever seen. They have a lot of videos like that out there. Where is that super chat somebody threw down? No. I know I saw it. We're going to the Joe Rogan experience in a momentum. What's up, Frankie? Where is it? Did I imagine it? Oh, that'd be great. My alternate reality coming in. I'm telling you, there it is. No, that's where I was. There it is. Bernie Mural. Welcome to the show. Oh, yeah. Thanks for the first super chat of the night. Mucho gusto generoso. First one. Thank you, Bernie Muro, for the $5 super dono. Hey, I'm good. Numeral 1. Mucho gusto generoso. Thanks, Bernie. A continuing supporter of Goof on Dre and Glow. Hey, man. Good to see you. Been a minute or two, but it's good to see you back. Teresa Pugliot. Hey, Rich, love your honesty and truth. Well, thank you. And I think it's Puglio, right? Your last name? It's a cool last name. Is that, I can't talk about that now. But nice picture of you and your significant other. It's a little bright on my end. Thank you very much. Welcome to the show. Chris Rogers. There he is. What's up there, Chief? Welcome to the show. Samo. Already did that. Goofonian. Yeah. Hey, Stargate Traveler. How you doing, man? Welcome back to the show. I speak the truth even when I don't want to. Brian, I'm like, I said it like welcome back, and I didn't want to say welcome back, but it came out anyway because I haven't seen you in a minute. See, those are the things I got to work on. Little things like that. What do you mean back? I've been listening. You know, some people might take it the wrong way. I've been back. What do you mean back? I was here 2 weeks ago. I know. I go every night. So every night it's just, I see who's here, you know, on the regular. I'm not saying you're saying that, Stargate Traveler. I'm just saying in general. I shouldn't say welcome back, right? Should I not say that? I think somebody told me not to say that. I'm talking out my ass. Billy Nice. Yes, it is. Welcome to the show. Fernambulax. I got the point. John. No. Joe. Raymond Lawrence. Good to see you. I didn't say welcome back. Nah, he's here usually. Welcome back. I did it anyway. I did it anyway, like an idiot. Event Horizon, welcome to the show. There he is, Frankie B. Let's get started. Yeah, it's supposed to be Saturday in the UK. We start a couple hours early, so they don't have to watch this at 2 a.m., but I had no choice. I promise you that. And here we are. So 7 p.m. I was going to start at 6, and I said I can't. I just can't. And I changed it to 7. What the UFO? That's a really good name. That's a good channel name. Welcome to the show. Nice to meet you. Good to see you. Hey, F-Graph 72. So I make the intros a little bit longer than normal because, you know, it's special. I don't know, man. My mind is in a million places right now. So I'm trying to, in a few minutes, I'll get into gear here. And I'll focus more. Let me show you what I found today. Hey, if I didn't say hello to you, it doesn't mean I don't love you. Mark. Whoa, that jumped 5 things. Mark, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Mike. Tony. Sky. Phoenix Starborn. Good day, mate. Rich is live in Cairns, Australia. That's cool. Hey, good to see you guys over there. I have several of you from Australia that come over here, mate. Nah, see? It rubs off. Good day. What time is it? Like 4 in the afternoon, right? Right now? 5? I don't know. But good to see you. And thanks for that. Thanks for giving the show a look-see. Well, I found this today. And it's not out. And I'm like, I thought all of these were gone. This is a vape pen for marijuana. And it's got a lot of stuff in there. I mean, you could see it in there pretty much. It's like half filled. And it's still charged. Yeah, I have the charger for it in the other room, I think. Yeah, I do. Oh, no, this is a throwaway pen, I think. I have ones you just take. Oh, I think, yeah, when you take the top off, you charge it in there. That's right. Yeah, so, oh, that tastes really good. I'm going to get effed up right now. I don't care. What time is it? What time? 9:30? 9:30. I said 4. I said, oh, is it 4? He's like, yeah, you got it. 9:30 a.m. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Just don't bring that to Russia. Oh, I know. Did you hear about that? Grainer. I forget her first name right now. Josie, is it? Well, anyway, she used to play for the Phoenix Mercury, is why I know her. And she's a basketball player for the WNBA who was playing over in Russia, I believe, and had tried to bring over her vape pen or pens. I don't know. I don't know the whole story. But she's been in prison over there for it. It's illegal. You'd think you would know that if you're going into another country, speciale Russia, right? Especially Russia. What are you thinking, Griner? She got 9 years? 9? Oh my God. Well, I don't think they give good, you get out early for good time over there, right? Holy crap. Aw, that's sad. Brittany, yeah, that's her. Aw, that makes me a little mad, actually. I'm sad. I thought she was going to come home. They were going to just, come on. They're being assholes. Oh, that, yeah. Well, what is it? We didn't want to trade a prisoner here that's a mass murderer of Russia, right? He's known as the, I don't know what they call him, but it has to do with like Dr. Death or something like that. I mean, this guy's bad. I don't see that as an even trade. And if they don't trade, I have to say, damn it. Brittany would understand that, wouldn't she? That we can't release that guy for her. That's just not even. I wouldn't. Of course, I would hate my government if they didn't get me out. But you have to look at yourself and take responsibility. Let's hope she gets out within 3 years. That's sad. I don't like it. Brittany Griner is no woman. I just glanced at what you said just now and it made me laugh. That's very funny, actually. Richie, take off your shirt. No. 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 Take off my shirt. Where do you think you are? Yeah, this is not CBD oil. This is actual Brittany Griner weed right here. You want to hear a funny story? I used to go to this place, this medical marijuana place right up the street, at least once a week. And they had this lotion that you put on that it felt great. I don't know how it worked or whatever, but it got rid of muscle soreness, and shit like that. So it was on a special, and I went back one week and they were out of it. They didn't have it anymore. The company is not doing business with them. It was a promotional thing to see how it would, sell, I guess. And they gave them away as well. When you bought a certain amount of money, they gave you a dollar amount of that. So they didn't have it. And I said, I wish I had the other person who helped me the last 2 times. It's a lotion, da-da-da-da-da. And she goes, this? And I go, no, that one right there. This? And I go, yeah. And she goes, okay. She goes, that's not lotion, I said, huh? She said, that's not lotion. And I go, no, wait. I go, this is the one. They had it. I go, this is what I was putting on my skin. She says, that's not lotion. That's food. I said, what? I go, what? And I open it up, and it's like stuff you can put on a cracker. And it said edible. Great on crackers or something, something that a pothead would write. Great on crackers. And your knee. Well, I couldn't believe that they had it. And I was very excited because they were out the week before. And the whole time I was putting food on my skin. Localized. Now that's a pothead move. So I thought I'm putting lotion on. The person sold it to me as lotion. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But I never put it back on. But why did it work? That's the thing. And I told the girl, and I go, as funny as this may all be and how embarrassing that is, it worked. So, I'll take it. She just laughed. She goes, all right. And I took it and I never put it on my skin, but geez, it was really good on a what are those? Not a Ritz. The other ones, they're real flimsy like, but I'll remember later. Not a Ritz. Anyway, thank you everybody for hanging out, listening to that. But I'm really happy I found this. I get high enough, I'll take off my shirt after the show. I had to get a new vape pen. I don't like it. But I know they gave, because it's really cool. It tells you how many times you vape and digital readout on your battery, which it's supposed to be 22,000 what is that, AMUs or whatever. And this battery, if I vaped for 30 minutes, it would be done. My other one would last 12 hours and I could vape whenever I want. But then I'd be able to take the battery out and put another battery in, never be out, and wait. Well, I don't like waiting. Well, maybe it'll control my urge. This is a battery you can't take out. I don't like that. And when the guy said it, I just wanted something that worked at that moment. I wasn't thinking, oh, I have 2 batteries at home that are relatively new that I could use with this one. Now I'll have 3 batteries. No, I blew it. I blew it. The Urban Way. That is a $5 super dono. I don't have Coral for tonight. She'll probably be back Monday. So if I miss any super chats, it's not on purpose. But at the end of the show, I'll double check before we leave. That's a super dono. No message, no comment, no sticker. Nothing. It's a donation with nothing. No dono. Thank you very much. The Urban Way with pure love and support. I've got Corbell up and ready to go. We're going to continue where I left off yesterday. And you are a continuing subscriber, The Urban Way. Thank you for that. Mucho gusto, generoso. Joe Rogan with Corbell. So, hi, you mother's ass. I left my notebook in the other room. I got to go get it. I knew I forgot something. So I am going to wet your palate. I'm going to play a video real quick that I would normally have for later, because I have to take 15 steps and go in the other room. But watch this. Gary Nolan tells his favorite UFO story. This is actually good to see. And then we'll come back and we'll do Joe Rogan and body. It's really not going to be that great, but I have other stuff we'll talk about. I'm just being honest. Now, it'll be fun. We'll do it for a little bit. All right, take a look at this, and we'll be back in less than 35 seconds.
Phone counter report you ever heard.
Family driving down the highway, 2 little girls in the back, open glass topped car, and the little girls see a craft right over their car. This is in the middle of the day on a busy highway. The mother sees it. They look around, nobody else seems to see it. So the girls take out their camera, take a picture of it, and then they get home. They look at the picture. There's no craft. There's a little object about 30 feet above their car or so, probably about 3 feet across, kind of star-shaped. It's not the craft, but it's something else. There was something there. And so what were they seeing? Were they seeing a projection? Were they seeing... And why were only they seeing it? And so what were they seeing? Were they seeing a projection? Were they seeing... And why were only they seeing?
Only one would know, right? All right. That was interesting, right? That was really unexpected. I didn't expect to hear a story like that. So yesterday I stopped at 22 minutes or so. So what I'm going to do, because I can't play the whole thing, I'm going to play about 12 to 13 clips. And they're within a 30-minute span, believe it or not. But the last 2 hours, you don't really... They're just shooting the shit. It's not really like anything that's going to make you... Oh my God, I can't believe you can definitely see he's lying. This is a lot of rehash, a lot of stuff he's told in many other interviews. It's just being brought up to date with what's going on in the world now and what he believes in his mind. Because he always says it in here. I can't talk about it, but let me tell you this. People have told me, Joe. Yeah. People, yeah. And Joe asked him, why do people trust you? Because I get this stuff put out there and we do it the right way. Yeah, with lies. COVID. So, let me pull it up here. And we're going to start at 23:25. Come on. Oh, we got to go here. This one, you will see a lie, a deception. When he says no one liked it is why. Plus, he shakes his head no when he talks about the prelim report. You'll see. Here we go in about 7 seconds.
It's happening in the UFO because so much has happened. It's like overwhelming. But yes.
It's okay.
So what's happened is if we follow the steps, all of a sudden, George and I, we release all this content. You know, people go kind of crazy over it. Then they put out this preliminary report and say we had 100.
Did you see that? Yeah, I know. He did it. Oh, he did it. He touched his mouth, basically. Oh, my God. I'm going to beat myself up.
Were former employees.
I feel like I'm doing a horrible job of getting people up to date with what's happening in the UFO because so much has happened. It's like overwhelming.
Puts
but
his
yes.
hand, right?
So what's happened is if we follow the steps,
it's weird.
All of a sudden, George and I, we release all this content. You know, people go kind of crazy over it.
People go kind of crazy over it. And he does something that looks like it wouldn't help him. Like, was it a scratch, an itch? No. Because people went crazy over it in a negative way. And it made him upset. And he lied. And that's a lie. What he just did. That's why he's being untruthful. He's very, very easy to read.
Then they put out this preliminary report and say we had 143 cases and we solved, one of them.
Shaking his head. No.
And these are like military cases where there's like extraordinary movements with these crap. Then all of a sudden Congress is like, well, shit, we had OSAP, we had ATIP. Who's studying this? Let's get a hold of it. And they got real interested. So they started saying, hey, we need to start a program. Then the Department of Defense came up with some crazy ass acronym names that nobody could ever make out. AIMSOG and shit like that. And Congress got even more pissed, as the way I read it. I mean, I know some of the people involved and...
Yeah. He knows people, I think, though. And I don't think he knows people because of his incredible skills and as a researcher and whatnot, but that he has the connection with George Knapp in mainstream media. And, it's interesting, that dynamic, how he got that connection with George just because they worked on the Skinwalker. But that's Jeremy. Jeremy reminds me of somebody who's always playing you. And that's, to me, I don't know the guy, but I heard him say several times, and you have too. He says, Bob Lazar actually turned me down for the movie, but I wasn't taking no for an answer. And at the point, I was getting very annoyed, wasn't I? And Lazar goes, it was a little too much. He doesn't give a shit. I mean, you can call that a go-getter, but that's another name for annoying, I believe. He got the job done. He got what he wanted. Did Bob get what he wanted? It doesn't look like it. Bob didn't want to be in the public eye, remember? And Jeremy put him back in there. Pressured him. I don't like that. But that's Jeremy. He's a go-getter. I know another go-getter who likes to burn bridges, but we're not talking about DW, are we? All right. In 7 seconds, he actually tells the truth.
Programs being hidden from congressional oversight related to UFOs.
See his head go
so
up and down?
Their language now,
it's amazing.
It wasn't created in a void. When you read in the National Defense Authorization Act for 2023, UAP, it is UFO whistleblower language. If you've ever signed an NDA relating to one of these illegal programs without oversight dealing with UFOs, not only can you come forward, but they have changed it so that if there's any reprisal on you for coming forward, like let's say you work at Lockheed and you've been tinkering with some fucking UFO, and there's any reprisal on you.
I wish I was smart. Jeremy Corbell, and I keep forgetting to tell you, he has two different personalities. He has the off-camera and the on-camera personality. When he's talking to you one-on-one, he can put his hands in his pockets. I've seen him talk with one hand in his coat pocket. He doesn't really move his hands as much as he does when he's on camera. So you really have to learn two Corbells when watching this. And why does he act the way he does? I think it's because he doesn't have the freedom to move around. He's sitting. And Jeremy Corbell is one of those people that I feel is constantly going. You know, even when he sleeps, his mind's still going. I think he's one of those guys, right? Just doesn't know how to turn it off or can't. Maybe he can. But it doesn't make sense. Why do you have two different personalities when you're off camera and on camera? That bothers me. Because it makes me think for the on-camera folk, he's trying to be exciting, which isn't genuine. And he's trying to look important. Most likely that's what it is. He wants you to believe him. The double hands constantly during this conversation, especially when it means something to him, they come out. And they come out big. He puts them way out. He does the wingspan. A lot of liars do the wingspan. They want you to look at this beautiful image. Do you think I'd put my hands out as far as I can if I wasn't telling the truth? It's a big deal. This is a big deal to me. It's really for yourself. It's kind of strange personality he has. He's an odd one. You know who else is odd? David Fravor's really odd too. So is Gary Nolan, to be honest. They're all odd to me. I mean, let's get down to the nuts and bolts of it. They're all odd to me. Oh, look, I hit it perfectly. In this part, I'll let you watch it, and then I'll comment on it. It goes on for like 30 seconds.
People take action against you for talking about this stuff, like Lou Elizondo. You know, people, Lou's a straight guy. Straightforward.
Did you see it? Big palms up. Arms are kind of spreading out. But the big deal was, Lou's what do you say, a straight shooter? By shaking his head no at the same time. It's very obvious. I want you to see this because, I don't think Jeremy Corbell probably trusts Lou, and rightfully so. So here it is again.
Now, imagine this. Imagine that you get people take action against you for talking about this stuff, like Lou Elizondo.
Watch.
People, Lou's a straight guy.
There's the head shake no.
I've gotten to know him. There were actions taken.
I've gotten to know him. Eyebrows go up. He looks up while his head is down. That is a sign of, are you watching me and trusting me? He's definitely excited that he knows and talks to Lou, but it's not for what you think. It's for his ego. He was checking on Joe Rogan there to make sure he's watching.
There's other people that are not public that also have had their careers try to be squashed because they're poking around on this stuff too much, right?
Yeah. Let's go to 2758. It's just interesting. We're not going to spend all show on this, I promise. We'll just do it for a little bit. But I went over it, and I've got about 15 of these things, so we're getting halfway close. 27, here we go. This one is a big deflection
to them.
So when you say the data, when they look at the data, like what's the most compelling data?
Yeah, I always want that question answered too. You mean for...
Wow, what a deflection. He knew what he was asking. He's buying time by saying, yeah, me too. Oh, wow, that was so obvious, Jeremy. I'll play it again.
Data, when they look at the data, like what's the most compelling data?
Yeah, I always want that question answered too. You mean for me or...
Oh, no, the wall!
First, and then what do you think about for like the people that are questioning this?
Unbelievable. Oh, you mean me? Who else am I talking to? Wow. I got to play it one more time. It is so fun to watch him lie. It was such a huge delay, too. What a deflection. Oh, I'd like to see those too. He knew what he was talking. Oh, you mean me? Oh, you asking me? He didn't say asking, but you know what I mean? Oh, it's so crazy weird. He's so weird. Here we go. One last
When you
time.
say the data, when they look at the data, like what's the most compelling data?
Yeah, I always want that question answered too. You mean for me or?
Well, for you first.
That
and
answer
then
doesn't even make
What do you think about
sense.
for like the people that are questioning this?
It's so hard to live in a world now where you have to question everybody and everything. Because for me, the most compelling evidence, it's not one video I can show you. It's not two videos I can show you. It's not
Eyebrows
documents
go
I can
up.
show you. It's not the conversations I have with people. The world is creaking under the stress and the weight of the UFO reality.
My God. He doesn't even believe what he's saying. That is unbelievable to me. He doesn't believe what he's saying. All right, next one here. I don't know. This one, my notes say Ryan Graves knows it's bullshit. I don't know. Let's see what he says.
Who's saying, we were seeing these things every day.
Graves.
Who's Ryan Graves?
Ryan Graves is an amazing pilot, like Fravor, but his was in 2015. So the gimbal video where it shows the saucer type craft, that was his squadron, and they'd go out and they'd see these things every day. And he was a flight safety guy, right? So he was like looking at this, thinking, this is an issue. If they almost hit one once, one of these cubes with a translucent sphere.
My God. You know, hold on. That clip that I just played there where Jeremy Corbell looks into Joe's eyes with fascination and says, you know, the sphere within the cube. I mean, he's trying to get Joe to believe him so badly and everybody else that I don't even know if he believes himself. I don't think he believes what he's saying. That's what I see in him. It's not that he's being deceptive. It's just that he's questioning himself every day, I believe. This is what I believe. That's the vibe that I get from this guy, is that when he's telling Joe about the circle and the sphere, that he has to make it and you know, show Joe with his hands. That's like, man, you know, I believe in it, but I want you to trust what I'm saying because I really don't know. I don't know, but it's right here, Joe. It's right here. I wouldn't lie to you. So please believe in my lie. But I don't know that I'm lying. Corbell doesn't know. He doesn't know anything. He really doesn't. Everything he has seen or has spoken about was from somebody else's mouth. He never saw this stuff firsthand. So let's also, in this interview, he says, I am not a video expert or, you know anything about fakery. I'm like, what? How could you not? You're a filmmaker. Of all people, you should know just by the line of work you're in. La Bazaar says, I bet Jeremy's barefoot. Of course he is. Yes. Jeremy Corbell wears brick flops. You know, flip flops with the brick on the bottom. Yeah. Then I don't know what that means. It's a weird day. Thank you, La Bazaar, for the very insightful super chat. A continuing supporter of GoofOn. Was there another one? Yeah, there was. Here it is. It is The Urban Way. Anybody seen Josh and Artemis? I think they take Saturdays off from the whole thing. Why? Do you know of anything? I haven't heard anything. I was busy all day. No, you weren't. Yes, I was. Thanks, Urban Way. I don't know. If anybody hears anything, let me know. Now, I'm trying to pay attention to the chat room, see if you guys are wanting to talk, but it's very hard because I'm by myself. So I'm by myself. And it's hard to concentrate on this and the chat room at the same time. I'm trying my best. Thank you very much, The Urban Way. Yeah, and you guys know how to super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App. I didn't beg for my money yet, so I was just begging right there by telling you where you could donate. But, because that's what we do. We might as well own up to it. Anyway, thank you if you support Goof On. We appreciate it. We, all of me and my personalities. That's who. Back to Corbell. Anyway, yeah. Corbell, 29 public hearings. Oh, yeah, this is interesting. Why does he keep saying this? He says public hearings. And I thought that was strange. Hold on. Whoa. Perfect.
So we've got these hearings now, these public hearings on.
First of all, lie. We had a public hearing. We haven't had any more than one, right? Am I wrong? We had two? If we had two, I need to know about the second one then. We've only had one. So why he said we had multiple the way he just did probably is just an accident.
UFOs, right? This is the first time in 50 years that we've had public hearings. People fought.
Dude, I swear to God, why do they have to lie? Yeah, because we don't have public hearings. We had a public hearing. And according to Tim Burchett, Congressman Burchett, we may not have any more public hearings on UFOs and aliens. Imagine that. Imagine we went all this way, right? We went all this way and we have no more hearings. I think we'll have two and maybe three, but after the third one, I'd be surprised if we had more than two, but it wouldn't surprise me too much if we had three. I know. I'm hoping we have more than one. Hold on. Somebody sent me a message. No. What's this? Oh. I have another chance to increase my penis size. All right. I'll look into that later. Can never have enough. All right, 29. Where am I now? 30. Let's go to 30. Here we go. All right, about 15 seconds, he'll get to the point.
The closer the public gets to that, the harder the resistance. And we saw that because these UFO hearings, man, they showed one piece of the footage that I released for like the whole hearing. They're showing this one piece. It's the most inconsequential piece. It was from the USS Russell. It's the green one, that triangle by angle of observation thing.
Inconsequential? It's the most inconsequential piece? I thought that was historic. Triangular craft and a three of them, according to what Corbell thinks it is. Yeah, we all know it's bouquet. Whatever the frig that thing is, bokeh, buka, baka, bacala. That's what it is. Tony Bacala. Yeah, I don't know why this guy. He's so weird.
That's the ones that's easiest to kind of dismiss visually. What they didn't show is I released from the USS Omaha, radar, thermal, deck footage. It's like cumulative evidence. Congress and Senate were asking, what's up with UFOs? And they got swamp gassed. Like J. Allen Hynek, like just trying to put it under the rug. They go, oh, we're pretty sure these were drones. That was never the argument. It's not if these were drones in 2019 swarming our Navy ships. You know, who was inside of one? They weren't big enough to hold people. It's not that they were drones. It was like some big revelation.
I'm a little confused right there. I was just looking at the chat room. That's why I can't look. I get distracted. I'm going to replay this because it's really weird. I wrote down in my notes, radar. There was radar, right? That's what Jeremy Corbell gave us. And then he said there's thermal footage. deck footage from the deck of the boat. But he thinks that what he showed us, here, I'll play it again.
Closer the public gets to that, the harder the resistance. And we saw that because these UFO hearings, man, they showed one piece of the footage that I released for like the whole hearing. They're showing this one piece.
Did you see his face, the disgust? When he said for the whole hearing, he made a face of disgust. It's easy to see.
Is I released from the USS Omaha, radar, thermal, deck footage. It's like cumulative evidence. Congress and Senate were asking, what's up with UFOs? And they got swamp gassed. Like J. Allen Hynek, like just trying to put it under the rug. They go, oh, we're pretty sure these were drones. That was never the argument. It's not if these were drones in 2019 swarming our Navy ships.
Yes, it was.
Who was inside of one? They weren't big enough to hold people. It's not that they were
What is he talking about? They're not big enough?
drones. It was like some big revelation.
He said they weren't big enough to hold people in them. Nobody's questioning that. What is he talking about? They could have been, no, we think they're smaller drones, UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles. Do you see how he's trying to make it seem like anybody who thinks drone, there has to be a person inside of it? Flying the drone? This is really weird. I'm telling you, that's what he said. Look, I'll go back 15 seconds. Here, 20 seconds.
Is I released from the USS Omaha, radar, thermal, deck footage. It's like cumulative evidence. Congress and Senate were asking, what's up with UFOs? And they got swamp gassed. Like J. Allen Hynek, like just trying to put it under the rug. They go, oh, we're pretty sure these were drones. That was never the argument. It's not if these were drones in 2019 swarming our Navy ships. Who was inside of one? They weren't big enough to hold people. It's not.
What? Who was inside of one? And then he says that they're not big enough to hold people. Right there is where I paused it.
That they were drones. It was like some big revelation. Here's the question. Who were operating these units? How come we don't know that right off of the coast of California? 10 of our Navy ships were simultaneously swarmed by unknowns, unidentifieds. They couldn't figure out the launch. They couldn't figure out.
That tells you why they were UAVs, drones, that did not have a transponder on it, right? They didn't sign up their drones with the FAA. Yeah, the Federal, what is it? Aeronautics Association. My drone has to be assigned a number by the FAA, an ID number. So when I fly it, they could literally get my number, connect it to DJI, and see all the pictures I took, the video, where I went, how fast I flew, how high I went. So you don't do anything. You don't break the law if you have a drone. You really don't need to. But these were over the ocean, and apparently, if there were like a swarm of drones, there must have been a hub that they would have had the signal coming from, I would have to say within 10, 15 miles. And it would be weird if they were swarming and all those ships did not pick up a signal of a boat nearby where all these drones, would go land on and then they'd go take off. You know what I mean? It must have been something off the coast or on the coast. And I don't know how far out into the sea they were that day, those days, any day. But it's just weird how he contradicted himself right there. He says it's not about the drones. It's about who's in them. And then he says they're not big enough to have anybody in them. What is it? Either they can fit or they can't. Either you're saying that there are people in them or there aren't. Yeah, it's very, very odd. I will play it one more time. Thank you for asking.
Like just trying to put it under the rug. They go, oh, we're pretty sure these were drones. That was never the argument. It's not if these were drones in 2019 swarming our Navy ships. You know, who was inside of one? They weren't big enough to hold people. It's not that they were drones. It was like some big revelation. Here's the question. Who were operating these units? How come we don't know that right off of the coast of California? 10 of our Navy ships were simultaneously swarmed by unknowns, unidentifieds. They couldn't figure out the launch. They couldn't figure out the landing point. They don't know who was operating these.
And how far offshore were they?
I mean, it was within a 100-mile radius because all the ships that were in this area were experiencing, most of them simultaneously, what they call swarming. But
that was a very good point he made there. I mean, this was a good interview. I don't think it was bad at all. I just think in some of these things that Joe has asked him, he is deflecting or gives like a hypocritical answer, two answers in the same sentence. It's very strange. Maybe he's misspeaking. I don't know. Well, they do wind up smoking cigars. They're Joe Rogan cigars, by the way. All right, let's go to the 32-minute mark. We're 15 seconds away from that. So this one here, yeah, I won't. It's very hard to get it exactly where I need it. That's close enough. There's no proof. Extraordinary All right, this is a good one where Joe Rogan. Yeah, watch this. Here we go.
I don't know where these are from. I'm not even claiming that.
And did these did they exhibit rather any extraordinary capabilities?
Depends who you ask. So the answer to that is when I get people, and I actively hunt for direct eyewitnesses for all this. So I've spoken with people who are, you say, operating the Spy 1 radar system, the same one in the Fravor case, this great system, right?
See, you could tell when he's telling the truth. He goes straight without stopping. He's very confident sounding and looking. His body language is much different when he's unsure of what to say, how he deflects. He does stutter and stammer, deflect, but there you could see a truthful Corbell.
I also spoke with people who had visual on these things. Some people say that they show one of what they call the 5 observables. That means, this goes into the UFO category, which is instantaneous movement, right? Boom, straight up into space was the exact words said to me. I've got people on the other end of the spectrum where they just saw lights. So,
whoops.
No, in this case, it's not like Fravor's. We don't have footage of it, you know?
Do they have data?
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. That Curious George eyebrow raise. Watch this at the end. We just don't have footage for it. And that eyebrow.
Do they have data in terms of radar data, of speed, and
come on.
We don't have footage of it.
See that? I almost stopped it at the right part. Watch.
Of speed and.
Yeah, they do. And that's what I tried to kind of tell the public by releasing one slide that said that they believed that these craft were transmedium, because the video I released, the black and white one from the USS Omaha,
never mind.
You can see it kind of phase out or drop into the water. They thought it was transmedium. They thought it went into the water. They sent a submarine. Right?
Did you see how he said that? They sent a submarine, and his eye, half of his face crunches up because he's not really sure if that's the truth. I know, phone.
Was transmedium. They thought it went into the water. They sent a submarine.
See? Hold on. I want to get that for you.
Some people say that they show one of what they call the 5 observables. That means, this goes into the UFO category, which is instantaneous movement, right? Boom, straight up into space was the exact words said to me. I've got people on the other end of the spectrum where they just saw lights. So no, in this case, it's not like Fravors. We don't have footage of it. You know?
Do they have data?
I did.
In terms of radar data, of speed, and
yeah, they do. And that's what I tried to kind of tell the public by releasing one slide that said that they believed that these craft were transmedium, because the video I released, the black and white one from the USS Omaha, you can see it kind of phase out or drop into the water. They thought it was transmedium. They thought it went into the water. They sent a submarine.
Anyway, I keep missing it, but you could see right there. I hate the way the screen dims. You know what I mean? There's nothing I can do about it. I wish there was a way. If I played it maybe this way, you wouldn't see it at all. At least, what does this say? Pop. What is this? Cinema mode. Oh. But I can't run it. What does this say? All right. Cookies. Got it. I'm trying to get rid of this. Well, all right. Hold on. Here we go. All right. Where are we at? 3419. Let's go to 3419. Not much left. We're at 3410. In this part, he talks about the documents he read. All right, this I like.
Because it's a safety of flight issue. But at that time in 2019, when these ships were swarmed, yeah, that's
this
USS Omaha. Yeah,
that goes into the water.
Yes, that they believe that it ends up going into the water. That's what the documents said, and the documents I was exposed to that I read.
Notice how he keeps doing this. In the documents that I read, everything he's over dramatizing by a lot. And that is because he is so unsure about everything he's saying. Now, if he's listening to this, he's going to say, "You're full of shit, Rich. I know what I'm saying." You may know, but your body's saying something else. I'm telling you. You are not a big believer like you think, like you want us to believe you are. He wants us to believe in him so badly, he overemphasizes and overacts. That's why. And he's been doing it his whole life. And he thinks he's good at it. He's not. It's just nobody will tell him. He sucks at it. Telling the truth or lying or whatever. Hey, Bernie, I think I saw this one sneak in. Thank you for the $2 super dono. Bernie Muro, a continuing supporter of Goof On. I didn't miss it. I got you, man. Thank you very much. Like I said, no Coral. But she might be back someday. Thank you very much. It's okay. I'm getting used to doing it. And let me see if I got everything caught up in the chat. It looks that way. All right. Thanks, Bernie. A mucho gusto, generoso. All right, where are we here? Next one. Just play this, it tells me. All right. This is at 38:49, so not much is happening. I wish I could play it, just play the whole thing. Come on. All right, it's at 38:34, about 16 seconds, but we'll go from here.
Thing is extraordinarily bizarre. It doesn't mean it's not true, though.
Right. That's the other thing that Bob said that I thought was really fascinating, was that there was some documentation that they were showing him that claimed that we are the product of accelerated evolution.
He was shown a lot of shit, and he doesn't like talking about it because he doesn't know if it's just total fucking nonsense.
Right.
He is sure that they showed him shit just to see if he'd fucking say crazy shit.
Right, to see if he'd talk.
All he cares about is what he saw, what he knows is real. But if you do just talk with him privately, they did show him, a photograph of an autopsy of a being with a singular organ. They told him that, yeah, the human genome had been altered.
With a singular organ?
Just all sorts of crazy shit. And he just has no idea if it's true or if it's, he is sure that he has no idea if it's true or if it's,
God, the whole...
he is sure that they showed him shit just to see if he'd fucking say crazy shit.
Right, see if he'd talk.
All he cares about is what he saw, what he knows is real. But if you do just talk with him privately, they did show him, a photograph of an autopsy of a being with a singular organ.
I don't know what that means. A singular organ. So it only had one organ inside of it? Like we have the kidney, spleen, liver, gallbladder, appendix, heart, all that stuff. So they only have what? Like a heart? Maybe? Yeah. I don't remember anyone ever saying, or Bob saying, that he saw a one-organed alien autopsy photo. He must have said that behind the scenes. Another 30 seconds here. What do we got? 39. Here, 20 seconds.
They told him that, yeah, the human genome had been altered, just all sorts of crazy shit. And he just has no idea if it's true or if it's...
God, the whole thing is so wild. I just wish... if Bob's lying, my God, what a great liar. Yeah. He's amazing at it.
Right.
And he's been telling the same lie for 30 plus years. And then there's elements of it that, how would he know that? Like, how would he know about element 115?
All right. Thank you very much, Mark Gower, with the super sticker. And that's £1, £1 super sticker. And I'm trying to wait for my screen to scroll to show me what it is. And it's taking forever. But it's a rainbow. All right, all right, all right. Thanks for the rainbow love, Mark Gower. Pretty cool, man. I think that is, you are a continuing supporter of Goof On. So thank you for that again. And mucho gusto generoso. Right on, man. Thanks for joining tonight. Mark Gower, what is it? That's basically now $10. Thank you very much. Mark Gower with $10 super chat. All right, we'll give you one of these. How about this one? Here. Thank you, Mark Gower, for the, £10, 10 quid. We are keeping up the good work, brother. Thank you. That was a good one. All right. Thanks, Mark. Always try to come up with something new. Mark Gower in the house. All right. I got to go to 4046. They're talking a little bit about La Bazaar. Here we go. And this one here says, watch how he looks up when saying gravity. This must be a bullshit. Bullshit.
So we kind of synthesized in that we smashed particles together, and then we're like, oh, for like a second, there it was.
Yeah, I think it's a fraction of a second.
Yeah, and Bob always said that if he's right, if it was 115, that's how he understood it to be. Mm-hmm. If he's right, then we will someday, be able to make a nominal amount of it that will be stable. That's what he says.
Jeremy Corbell does have a habit of shaking his head. No. A lot. And when he says stable here, what is going on? Is it jumping on me? I'm lost now on the time. I'm lost. Yeah, I'm lost. Look at that setup they got there. It's so cool.
Nice. Yeah, the whole thing is just so...
Look at that setup. All right, screen, stop. God, I hate that 5 seconds. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on there. Bob Lazar's sport model. Well, that's my UFO, Richard. Bob, I know. I just said that. I was just saying. A couple of cups in there. I don't know. I like the TV. That's got to be at least 110 inches. That's what she said. Shut up. So immature. You are. All right, let's get away from this one. Next clip. Oh, we only got a few more. All right. About how the brain being hit by alien technology when near a UFO. So they talked about this on the TV show Skinwalker. And there's something that happens at Skinwalker Cache to certain people. And it's like they get hit with some sort of wave, energy wave. And it's happened now to 2 or 3 people there. And what it does, it inflames or looks like the brain is being lifted. Not the brain. Yeah, the brain actually. It looks like it bubbles out. You know what I mean? Like it starts to do that. Like it's pulling away from the head. And it's just a weird thing that happens to certain people. I don't know. They're likening it to the Havana incident. I don't think this is that. And how do they know that this happened on the ranch or when they were near a UFO, especially Skinwalker Ranch? You know, how do they know it happened there? It could have happened a week ago when they were at home. And now, just a week later, maybe it's grown and it hurts when it got to a certain limit. They don't know. They're just speculating. And that bothers me. Nobody ever brought that up. Well, how do we know he didn't have this already happening and it just, came to a head right here, and this is when it starts to hurt, when it gets, here. Nobody ever brought that up. But that's what they're talking about in this clip, about how people get injured by alien technology when they're not near or when they're near a UFO. This one, it's when near a UFO. Here we go. Or being hit, close to being hit too. Giddy up.
Density in this area when people make these intuitive moves in a form of chess.
Okay.
They found out that these people are way more likely to have a UFO encounter. So it's the opposite of what you said. The damage was caused by the close proximity to the propulsion system. But what they found out is that these neural density area, I forget the name of the brain, the part, they call it the brain within the brain. You could probably look it up. It's just, now, even weirder than that, I think Gary should tell you this, but even weirder than that, they found that couples are partnering who have these neural dense areas, like more than would be random.
All right, I'm going to say something, and I don't want you to be alarmed. But I've said this before. I didn't start having, I was reading the Havana thing, and I said having. I didn't start, I guess, recording anything or saw anything really that, I saw stuff throughout the years, but I didn't get dragged into the field. When I got dragged into the field is when I met my ex-wife. And I said, when she and I split up, the experiences stopped. And it makes me wonder if certain people do have certain traits or are being contacted by aliens. And those of us who have been contacted or maybe had this thing happen, maybe we find each other through vibrational exchanges, being in public, talking to you here. Maybe some of us pick up on it, but maybe they're not attracted to the other person. That could happen too. It's like, I feel this attraction that I like you, want to talk to you, but, procreating can't happen. So, I don't think the aliens figured that part in when they thought, oh yeah, if we just hit these people and they got this trait now that when they get near each other, they should find each other and hook up. And that'll make that trait twice as strong because we're getting them together and they're going to procreate. Well, they forgot. You got to make us attracted to each other. Oh, that's what beer is for. I know. But what if you don't drink? Smoke weed. No, I'm used to smoking weed. I don't know. Heroin? Shut up! Alternate personality trying to get me to hook up with people. It's not gonna happen. You have to be attracted. Right? Man. What if he's right? What if Jeremy Corbell is right in, not him, but other people are saying it. He's just repeating what other people say. Because Jeremy Corbell doesn't come up with anything new on his own. So let's not forget that. But people have told him that it's possible that these traits may come together, may find each other. And that is what alien hybridization is all about. Maybe it's a long term. It's the long game. That's why we keep saying, why are aliens still here if they've been abducting us for thousands of years? What do they need to keep abducting us for? Well, because it's an ongoing transformation that the humans are going through right now. And maybe what they're doing is getting this trait of person or persons together to procreate, to make a more psychically, not challenged, but charged up person. So maybe if I meet somebody who, let's say they have psychic abilities and I have this trait, we get together, we can make a really good psychic. Or not. You know what I mean? Somebody just sent this over to me. I don't know if I should say the name, but pheromones and screen images. I hear the reptilians got it all figured out. Interesting. Pheromones and screen images. Pheromones. Yeah, I mean, we all have them. That we don't really know when we get near somebody how our pheromones will react. Will we like the way this person... And we're not thinking it, wow, they smell wonderful. We are sexually charged. We should be together. It's not like that. But it is. You just don't smell it. You're not like, she smells like pine cones. I love pine cones. No, it's not that simple. It's chemistry, baby. Chemistry. All right, let's get back to Corbell. Holy crap. I'm not going to be able to finish this tonight. I'm giving it 2 minutes and we're done. Play for information. Let's go to 110. All right, what information could Corbell give? Not all these are about lies, or what I perceive as lies. All right, here we go. This one should be, well, it just tells me to play it. And then I guess for the next 30 seconds. So Jeremy Corbell. Oh, this is interesting. I never heard of this until the interview. Check this out. Told you it was a good interview.
Because we're repeating history. The UFOs have had this huge wave before. And Congress was interested 50 years ago. Multinations were studying it openly. Now we're back at this point where I feel like there's an opportunity just to be open. We should study this scientifically, man.
The problem is I feel like even though there's people that have sightings and even though there's some kind of metallurgy evidence, there's so little stuff. It's not like if I want to study sea turtles, I can go find the sea turtles and go study them. This is too hard to grasp. There's nothing there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't replicate it upon demand, which is what science requires, right?
Yeah.
There are some cool thoughts on how to do that. There have been attempts to lure in UFOs with nuclear weapons.
What? Lure in the aliens by blowing nukes off. But I thought if we did that, that we would be destroying the other dimensions without even knowing it. So when we blow up something here, that kind of blast is so powerful, it's interdimensional. Shut off. Do you know how many nukes we sent out? Oh, come on. Thousands all over the world. Well, not all over, but you know where. That's so stupid. I hate that. But I can't say it is stupid. But I don't think it is. And it is. All right, so let's say you're an alien 100,000 years more advanced than we are, and they have a system that if an asteroid hits a planet or there's an explosion, their library will light up and they'll get a warning signal, right? Oh my God, that blue planet just got freaking blasted with something. And it's just odd. It's very located. Can we go send somebody or a drone to go check it out? Sure. They send out the drones. They can't send their own people. It's a trip they can't survive. So the UFOs come in, they look around, and that's how the sightings happen maybe. And they don't care if the UFO comes back or not. I mean, what do they care? Maybe once it enters into our reality from their dimension, it can't come back. I don't know. You'd think it would be able to. I think that's what might be happening. There are, if you think about the Ariel school incident where the students who were talked to by the aliens telepathically were told that we are technologically killing our planet. We are ruining our planet with technology, and we could eventually destroy ourselves if we misuse the technology. I'm paraphrasing. But that message has been given and came from the people who were born when nuclear weapons were still being talked about a lot. You know what I mean? Like their parents, they grew up where they had to hide under their desks, like my parents. They had bomb drills and shit like that in school. Get under your desk and put your head between your knees and kiss your ass goodbye. Huh? Nothing. You know, they come from that generation where they still hear the stories of the generation that. So it makes sense, you know, hey, your planet, you're ruining and you got to fix. And remember, that's what they used to say in the old days, in the 60s, when they would interview people who've been abducted. And they said, oh, yeah, these Palladians took me through the galaxy and they showed me Saturn's rings and Jupiter, but they also told me that we need to protect Mother Earth, that we are hurting the planet with wars. I bet we are. Imagine if this planet was alive. Let's just say everything is alive or dead. Mars could be dead. Maybe it's on its last gasp. I don't know. Let's just say planet Earth could be this rock that has a sentient being that can hear all of our thoughts. And through prayer, it hears us talking to a God. So, hey, help me out. I don't want to die. If I don't have a successful heart surgery, I don't know. So let me see. In the early 80s, when people had heart surgery, the survival rate was 62%. But now people can have the same surgery with a 95% success rate. So is that because of prayer or technology increasing? Oh, it's got to be prayer. Less people are praying now than they did 40 years ago. So a little tricky for me to believe that. But if the Earth is like a one brain thing and we're pounding it with nuclear explosions, don't you think it would hurt? That'd be like getting shot with a BB gun. If we got shot with a BB gun, right? It would hurt. What if the Earth feels that? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just absorbs it. And maybe that's why people think it goes into the other dimensions. Maybe it disperses the energy into other dimensions to lessen the pain of those bombs going off on its face. Imagine you're just waking up one morning and you got a little pimple that exploded, but it was a nuclear bomb on another level. You know what I mean? That doesn't feel good. That hurts. Eventually it's going to piss you off. And you're going to do what? You're going to pour medicine on it. Tidal wave. Tidal wave. Right? I don't know, man. I'm just saying. Anything could happen. Anything. But I think it's interesting. When I was with my wife, even she had strange things happen to her. We had weird stuff. And it wasn't all the time. But over 10 years, you know, you might have 3 or 4 really good things happen because of me going out there and looking every night. But her being the catalyst of everything, she could have been the other half that I needed. And maybe they were showing up and showing themselves to me and her because we were supposed to be together maybe, and we didn't have a kid. We never had children. I don't know why they would put us together when neither of us wanted them. Neither one of us wanted them. That didn't make sense. Maybe they thought that the compulsion to be with each other would overcome and, we'd accidentally slip one past the goalie. You know what I mean? All right. Where are we at here? 11:30, 40. All right, I'll play the rest of this.
Really?
Yes.
There have been attempts to like fake that we're going to use. Bait them.
Bait them.
Really?
Yes.
How do you know this?
Well, we'll talk about how I know.
Another bullshit. How do you know this? Later.
There have been attempts to lure in UFOs with nuclear weapons.
Really?
Yes.
There have been attempts to like fake that we're going to use. Bait them.
Bait them.
Really?
Yes.
How do you know this?
Well, we'll talk about how I know that later, but it is true.
You can't say how you know it?
No, it's not, some of the people I talk with have told me about these.
God, is he horrible? He cannot lie. Just tell the truth. Just say, don't even bring it up. Why do you even have to say that? You know? Why can't you tell me, Joe, if I could, I would, but again, he had to think about it. Why isn't this on the tips of his lips if he's telling the truth? So anytime Joe puts out something that challenges beliefs, he stutters and stammers pretty much every time. It's very rare that Corbell will give a straight answer on a lie. Of course, nobody does. If he answered too quickly, I'd be curious too, because even if he answered too quickly, I'd be a little bit, well, he prepared that answer. So I think Jeremy Corbell is mostly prepared, but Joe's throwing out things he isn't prepared for, and he, has to buy some time, stuttering, stammering, later. Yeah, that kind of answer.
Right.
It's people I trust that are in a position to know.
And have they told you can't talk about this?
Yeah,
or
like
you can't
the
divulge
basic,
your sources?
Yeah, there we go. The basics is 14 out of 14 times or something. I might be getting that number wrong. That there was a way to bait every single time these UFOs would come in when they were transporting nuclear weapons or something like that. Now, if that information is true, then you would have a method. You would have a way to study this.
Right.
So every time nuclear weapons are being transported or delivered somewhere, it brings out the UFOs and they follow, is what he's saying. Billy, dude, wouldn't that be the bomb if we could do that together? All right, I'm with you, bro. I don't know where you live. We need to do this together on the show. Like in the same room even. Maybe you should come over. Maybe we should have a big party over here. I don't care if people know where I live. No problem with that. Just don't steal my shit. Don't take my DVDs. Don't take my weed. Or my DMT. I don't know where to get it, brother. If you do, let me know. goofonradio@gmail.com is my email if you want to let me know. If there is a way. I don't think there is, though. Maybe someday. This is stuff you could trip balls on for sure. Why is Corbell getting all these sources? Yeah, it is interesting. Well, we're probably going to go a little later than 9 tonight since there's no shows on after this that Josh and Artemis are doing or anybody else. So we'll keep going a little bit, not too much longer. Maybe not. Maybe I'll get this show. I got 2 more clips to play. This is a good one here coming up. 1:16:45. This is where he talks about Space Force. But it's a weird thing he says. He says Space Force already in the U.S. He says that, I don't know. I'll play it. He says they're already in the UFO game or something.
Space Wars, right? Like we have the space agency,
Force.
Space Force.
Space Force is actually fucking really cool. They've got a UFO project too.
Do they?
Yeah, it's not public, but they do.
Okay. That's new. Did anybody know that Spice Force they have a secret UFO program? Did anybody know about this? I didn't know. I never heard that. I heard rumors, but anybody know? No, they don't have a show. They weren't supposed to do a show tonight. I'll go take a look. Well, I got to tell you, I got a show to do too, but I don't have to go late. But we started late, right? We started at 7 instead of 5. So I'm going to see if they're on, because I know for a fact I was on their channel yesterday. They did not have a show set up for Saturday. Well, now they do. Well, now they do. All right. Well, I can't promise I'm ending on time, so there is no time anyway. I could go as long as I want if I want to. So maybe I will just go an extra 30 minutes, 20 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to be able to work out. See how I feel. All right. Where am I? 1:16:45. He's talking about Space Force. Here we go. Try it again.
Space Wars, right? Like we have the space agency,
Force.
Space Force.
Space Force is actually fucking really cool. They've got a UFO project too.
Do they?
Yeah, it's not public, but they do. Like everybody's getting in the UFO game, man. They all want to study it. Space Force should.
When they talk about repurposing satellites, though, what we have is the ability to detect these objects. I think what they're saying is let's get very high resolution photographs and video of these objects.
I am convinced that we already do.
Convinced?
Yes, I am convinced that the National Reconnaissance Office and the Geospatial Intelligence Agency will analyze the data from the devices that the National Reconnaissance Office has, and that we have great data on UFOs, and that is being suppressed even to NASA.
But imagine if they did have that data, what would be the benefit of leaking it to the public? And this is one of the things that's always driven me crazy about all this Pentagon stuff. And the Pentagon comes out and says, these are not of this world, these crafts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is their motivation for doing that?
Yeah, I saw you really...
It doesn't give an answer there. But anyway, I didn't know Space Force already was in the UFO business. That's interesting. And the last clip tonight, here's a big deflection. Man, I tell you, a 3-hour show they did, and it was annoying. Here we go. In 5 seconds, he'll start talking about it.
The cube in a sphere, a lot of pilots talk about, and even as I said, pyramids. I've heard of pyramids and spheres, man.
Right, and then there's a video of those seemingly pyramid-like
and
things.
big ones too.
Yeah, big ones. Like how big?
What I have seen imagery of supposedly really fucking big ones, and they look pretty fucking big. So
okay, the shoulder shrug over here is a big play that it really isn't. He didn't see shit like that. He didn't see anything that he believes is real. Watch the shoulder shrug. It's amazing.
And there's a video of those seemingly pyramid-like
and big ones too.
Yeah,
Come
big
on,
ones.
screen.
Like how big?
What I have seen imagery of supposedly really fucking big ones, and they look pretty fucking big.
Right there.
Now, when you said you've seen, have they sent it to you, or they just allow you to look?
Right there. Did you see it? He goes like this. He goes, very subtle. It's more subtle than what I did. It's It's amazing how easy of a read he is to me.
People that I know have allowed me to see these images, and I can't have them, and they look impressive. I'm not a
shoulder shrug.
Shoulder
shrug again. I'm not a photo expert. Shoulder shrug. They look fantastic. Shoulder shrug. This guy does not believe he saw anything important. Boy, this is amazing. No, really, it is.
What I have seen imagery of supposedly really fucking big ones, and they look pretty fucking big.
There.
So when you said you've seen, have they sent it to you, or they just allow you to look at it?
People that I know have allowed me to see these images, and I can't have them, and they look impressive. I'm not a photo expert.
There it is.
What's the most impressive shit that you can show us right now?
Just like on
that exists
screen
out there.
Look at him think.
Because like that black and white footage of the transmedium device is like, God, it's so hard.
I know, it's annoying.
How could he not have an answer? How? Because I tell you why. This guy is not telling the truth. Again, my opinion. He can talk all he wants. We're going to do part 2 Monday, because tomorrow's Goof on You. I'm going to throw the Goof on You on tomorrow for Sunday show. But Jeremy Corbell, the rest of that interview, there are some things we could pick them apart on and stuff like that. But the second half, we're just going to talk about the important things and not really focus on the lies. But unfortunately, that will be part of it. All right, let's get to some interesting news around the UFO community, if there is any. Let's take a look over here. Oh, right. I forgot to add these to last night's show. I didn't put the links into last night's show, the videos. Ryan Bledsoe, as you know, is the son of Christopher Bledsoe, the guy who says his dog was attacked by aliens. He saw an alien creature. And since that, many, many years ago, he has built this little Twitterverse where he gets all the attention he needs so he can talk about the shit he believes. Well, his son is a big believer now because now he's got the gift, I guess. But he's saying consciousness is awakening to the truth rapidly. Okay. And I said, the hell it is. Only you people who wish this to be true, like telling us a recession isn't happening when by definition it is. Same thing with the Bledsoes. It's real because they say it's real, but there's zero verifiable proof with their claims. Grow up and stop lying to everyone. Ego, ego. Yeah, I can't help it with them, really. At least he didn't block me. Got to give the guy credit. He keeps me around. It's good banter. Yeah, I can't talk about the flood myth right now. COVID. Oh, I already talked about this. Yeah, let me show you. Remember this the other night? I don't know if I showed it. I think I did. From Patrick Jackson in this photo. First of all, this is completely fake. It looks like it's fake. I don't know. There's something wrong with this picture right here. It's weird, isn't it? But I think this is fake. I don't know. I saw a real interesting photo behind the scenes. And that person may be watching, but of course I'm not going to say who it is or what it is. But it was an apparition that looked unreal. It looked so good. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know if it's real, but it could be. It looked real, but I don't know. I'd have to get the real photo. That's the thing. As a researcher, we want the real photos. We don't want to see an internet version. We want to see the real thing, and we never get that unless you send it to us. So John Greenwald Jr. from the Black Vault says, I worry about the deepening lack of concern over the rising claims being made without evidence. Now you're concerned. Now. What the hell? Holy crap. Thank you for deleting them. Madonna mia, I thought we got away from the love bugs. The love bots. The love bots. I thought they were away for tonight, but John Greenwald, unbelievable. Well, there's some photos that were sent to me from Third Phase of Moon. It's about their trilogy, the Above Top Secret trilogy that they're making. And they said I can share these with you and show you some behind the scenes photos. So I'm going to pull up all three, but one at a time. Of course, it's Dr. Greer. They're in Washington. And they shot what they did with him. There's one photo. Pretty cool. Just chilling out. I think that is it the 500 millimeter lens? Like, he may be like 2 football fields away taking that photo like that. I bet it is. Pretty cool. Let me bring up the next one. All right. Hey, where is it? Why didn't it pop up? That was weird. It was in the same system. I don't know why it didn't pull it up. There we go. That's cool. With the monument. Look, Blake is, what, 6'8"? Greer's like 8 feet tall. No, I'm kidding. Nah. There they are, right down by the Washington phallic monument. Thanks. Let's get the last one here. Oh, this one, yeah, I saw this last night too. Yeah, this is a good one. They're on the top of Greer's penthouse suite, 10 stories up. Yeah, pretty cool. So they're working hard, you guys. They're going to be getting out the trilogy. And from what people are, like, I haven't seen anything yet. Okay, just these photos. But I don't know if I'll probably see clips like I did the last couple of movies. But from the people who have seen what they shot already, they're saying this is unreal. And I know some of you have your questions about Stephen Greer, but it's not only about Greer in this one. There's a lot of other people in it. You got Jim Goodall, John D'Souza, Michael Schratt. I think, and I'm not sure, well, that's all I know right now. That's all I know, and Greer. And the Cousins brothers will be in it for a scene or two. But that won't be out for a little bit. A couple months, maybe 3 to 6 months. But they're working. Just want to let you know. Joe Rogan catches Jeremy Corbell lying about UFOs, and it's all in the body language. This comes from Speed TV Media. And I found this. We've got a few minutes left. I don't know what this person saw. Let's see if they get it right. Let's see if it's the same thing I saw.
Watch Joe Rogan catch Jeremy Corbell fucking lying, bro.
Corbell?
And watch how Joe Rogan like, right. When people say right like that, bro, they don't believe you. Like, watch this.
That's
UFOs,
not true.
Whatever they are, they're machines.
Yeah.
That's at least
long pause to get Joe's validation.
It's an aspect of it. Who's controlling them?
Right.
You know, we should be able to answer some fundamental.
Why you asking who controlling them when you always saying you got this crazy footage?
Questions. And if we have one or more.
Well, nobody knows who's controlling it, dummy. Corbell never said he knows who's flying them.
And we've been reverse engineering them or trying, which I'm confident we have been.
Oh, you are?
Did you see that on Corbell? The eye movement? I'm sorry, I shouldn't even be talking about this anymore, but this eye right here, watch.
We have been.
Oh, you are?
Beyond confident.
Oh.
Because of what you have spoken to Bob about.
No, confident we have been.
Oh, you are?
Beyond confident.
Oh.
Because of what you have spoken to Bob about.
No, not just Bob, man. My everything. You know, all the people that come to me that I talk with, reports I've seen, just, you know, I know it annoys the fuck out of people. Just my cumulative personal experience tells me, oh yeah, we fucking definitely have them. Not just Bob.
So where do you think they got these UFOs from?
Now, he said, where do you think they got these UFOs from? And Joe Rogan is looking him square in the face, bro, because he wants to see all of his facial expressions when he answers this question. Check this out.
Yeah. If we do have something...
He finna expose him for lying. Watch this.
Working on back engineering it, where do you think they got them from?
Yeah, I get different answers, man, from different people. So you say like some are crashes, right? Which is like...
Okay, now you see he gave his answer, right? He say, man, you know, I get different ones from different people. Some say they are crashes. Remember he said that. Now watch this, y'all.
Okay.
Keep watching.
Okay.
Hard to fathom that something that advanced could crash. But that's what I'm told, you know, is that some were crashes. That's what, you know, that's how I understand it to be. Now, other people think maybe there was some from an archaeological dig.
That's what Bob said.
I was surprised he talked about that.
Yeah, he said that there was one that they had spoken about at S4 that they said that they had recovered from an archaeological dig, and they said it was a long time ago and it's really old.
Yeah. I think people need to not feel like they have to believe one thing to believe the whole thing.
Now you see, Joe Rogan asked him where did they come from. He changes the subject. I think people need not to believe. Don't tell people what they think they need to believe, bro. That's not the question he asked you. You're switching the conversation now. Watch how Joe...
Very good.
Put him back on track.
Okay. I think there's a cumulative weight here. And I think that we're prying open the doors. If you read this language in Congress and Senate about the UFO immunity...
Why are you going back to Congress and Senate immunity when Joe Rogan just asked you where did they come from? And that's what he's trying to focus on right now. Where are they coming from? Based on the information that you say...
Yeah, this guy got it right. He did. He did. He got it right. That's why you need to have more than two eyes. That's why you need to have more than two eyes watching this. You got to watch it more than once. You literally have to watch these things. If you want to do a very perfect analysis on body language, you got to either go super slow or watch it several times. Hey, Dr. J, Radio Live. What's up? $20 super chat. Madonna mia. What are you doing, huh? Spreading the love. That's a super dono. A super dono, Dr. J, is no sticker, no comment. A dono. A donation with nothing in it. But love. It's pure love. Dono of love. And that's your first super chat here. Mucho gusto, generoso. This is for you, so Dr. J. Thank you, Dr. J Radio Live. Hey, a $20 super dono. Hey, gosh! All over ufology. I had nothing. I couldn't think of something quick enough. Thank you, Dr. J. A panel member of Third Phase of Moon, Dr. J Radio Live. You should go check out his channel. He knows everybody in the field. He used to run the Art Bell show. Yeah. Yeah, he did. Producer, right? I think you were the producer for the Art Bell show for a year or two or three. I don't know. But you definitely are one of the good guys in the field. I always love Dr. J Radio. We got to have you on again, bro. I want you back on. We got to talk. I'll talk to you later. I want you on next week. If you got the time, tomorrow night, we're going to do Goof on You. And I don't know what it's going to be about. The last Goof on You, where I didn't feel good and I couldn't do the show, was going to be about how to do the UFO business the right way. There's a right way, a wrong way, and, well, end your way. I mean, you could do something, come up with something, how to make it in this field. It's changed since I got here. And I want to talk to you about those changes and the mistakes I made. And if you want to start a channel or become a UFO hunter, there's a certain way you have to act or nobody will like you. Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? There's no perfect person in this field. Yet the people that they defend and do not ever talk about their shortcomings, those are the people that are dangerous to the field. And I think they have an agenda and a narrative that is incorrect. And I think we're being played. I think everything that's going on now is to have us believe we're seeing real aliens or something that is of this earth or something that is transmedium. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. I haven't seen the evidence yet. But anyway, that's tomorrow night on Goof on You. Be on at 7 p.m. Eastern. I want everybody to have a good weekend. Go over to Josh and Artemis show. They're doing Ariel School Part 2. And thank you, moderators, super chatters. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. And the newcomers. Nothing else, all right? And newcomers and veterans, thanks for helping the show stay afloat. If you still want to help the show, you can use PayPal, Cash App, even the thanks button that's underneath every video after the live show. So we survive because of you, and we do this because of you. So thank you for all of the support and love. And we are definitely, what are we? Truthology for ufology. Oh yeah, that's what we are. I forgot. Have a good weekend, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow night. Be safe. Alien bless you. He's not gonna change. Everybody gonna stay the same. Fuck ufology. There's gonna be no apology to nobody. I'm not gonna change. He's not gonna change. Everybody gonna stay the same. Fuck ufology.